anything really matter?
What does it matter? I mean, it matters.
Well, it does matter.
What's the matter?
It matters.
Well, it does matter.
Does it matter to you? Does it matter to you? Does it matter to you? I mean, what does it matter?
And that matters a lot.
What does it matter?
What's the matter? Does it matter to you?
It matters to me.
Welcome to Tallahassee Matters. I'm Tamara Smith. On today's show, we have two reports for you. Later, we'll visit Oven Park, where we'll get a lesson on how to add a plant bed for the summer season. But first, most everyone's heard the saying, you should walk in someone else's footsteps to really understand their situation. In our next segment, we'll see people participate in a poverty simulation exercise right here at the Senior Center. They'll learn about some of the obstacles that low-income people may face. Let's take a look.
Tonight we're getting ready for a poverty simulation, which is going to be hosted by the Tallahassee-Leon County Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. So this simulation is not really intended to be a game. It's really intended to provide people with insight into what a month in poverty might be like. And I think that there's a lot of assumptions that people make about the decisions that are made by those in poverty, and sometimes a little bit of arrogance of, oh, well, I would never do that, or that's such an unrealistic thing to do.
So perfect, and you can just take a seat anywhere.
What happens when folks enter the room, they'll be assigned to a family unit. They'll be given a set of circumstances that are particular to that family. So they might learn that their family has 2 teenage children as well as an infant in the home, and that their family unit is headed by an individual who was recently incarcerated. And so every 15 minutes represents a week in that family's life. And so they'll have to figure out how to respond to obstacles that present themselves throughout the simulation.
Poverty simulations are amazing because it makes so real the issue of living in the tyranny of the moment, which is very real for people who are living day to day. The tyranny of the moment, every wave just keeps knocking you on your butt and you can't get ahead.
We want to welcome you to the Commission on the Status of Women and Girls poverty simulation that is being held in partnership with the United Way of the Big Bend.
You all have already had an opportunity to review your family roles. You'll have about 2 to 3 minutes in between each week to regroup, talk with your family members about new strategies to help you survive. Does anybody have any questions for me? We're going to get started soon. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, when I blow the whistle, that's going to be the start of a week, and you'll have 15 minutes. Ready? Ready?
I got mine.
Okay, I'll take mine. So then you're gonna pay the rent, Daddy. Don't forget. Daddy, don't forget.
Those of you who are filling out applications, if I don't have them in 30 seconds, you're not qualified to apply. Yes, thank you, Harry, because if you're late, you were going to get fired. Thank you so much for coming by. Would you like any clothing today?
Fill this form out, sir, and here's a pen. And you'll also need to fill out the basket.
Does anybody need any help? Yes, there's a key right here. I'll be grading it.
So I need 10 more dollars.
Oh man! How come it's $240?
Because you're an extra $75 because you're delinquent on your bills.
I'll give you $5 for the
microwave.
Oh my God. You
And
only
I'll
have one.
They're not really selling, and I'll give you $15 for the jewelry.
15.
I haven't eaten all day.
It's for my daughter.
Hey, I'm sorry. I don't have time for this right now. I got a family to feed too.
I need your social security card. I'm applying for benefits.
Okay, it's at home.
Yay!
It is, okay. And then...
You did a lot today.
I'm about to walk away.
Mobility issues.
I'm about to walk away.
Okay.
Because I have issues, so I'm going to walk away.
Oh, wait. You should
let's
Follow the child.
Do I look stressed? I'm very stressed. I'm old. I live alone. I have 2 cats to feed.
If you haven't already, please return home. It is now Friday at 5 p.m. and everything is closed.
Poverty in America is about $20,000 for a family of 3, and in our community, about 22% of that population in Leon County lives at poverty or below poverty. In the city of Tallahassee, it's 28%. Another 25% are living right above poverty but below the cost of living, and that means that folks are struggling paycheck to paycheck to make ends meet. Really, about half of our community is having a difficult time making it day to day.
Something that is unique to women is that women do tend to be in poverty at a higher rate than men. They also traditionally have a disproportionate share of child rearing responsibilities, and we know that there's about 6,435 households with children in this community living in poverty. 87% of those are headed by single mothers.
As kids, we're starving.
I know. I'm sorry.
But I have good news, Granny.
What'd you get?
I got good grades on my report card. And because of that, we can go to the grocery store and get $5 worth of treats.
Treats?
One of the best ways that we can help our community thrive is to make sure that, children, families are healthy, that they're able to get the resources that they need to do well in school, to move forward with their lives, and really help their families get elevated out of intergenerational poverty that we're seeing.
Isaacson family, please raise your hand. At the start of the next week, you will need to come see Child Protective Services. You forgot to pick your child up from daycare, and your child has been removed from your home. Just as an FYI, if you need a payday loan, you can get those at the Quick Cash. Does anyone have any questions? Good luck, because now it's Monday. Go!
He says they pay me at the start of the second week. I demand to be paid now. Do I need to go back? I'm Betty Boling, and I'm a mother. I'm age 39, and while I have a job, my husband's out of work, and his unemployment is finished. I have a daughter. She's pregnant. We have a family, 2 other children, and we're struggling. I appreciate what this exercise is all about. It is a little confusing. It's probably frustrating when someone is struggling like this to support themselves.
Yeah.
I need a job.
You need a job. You don't have a job?
I got
Are you looking for a job or?
I'm playing Charles Cheng. I got laid off after 20 years. My wife is over here, my lovely wife. She's working. She's a breadwinner. And I'm about to get a job because we need more income. We only have one. Actually being inside it's really stressful, and this is just a stimulation, so I can imagine the actual impact that it has in their lives.
I'm really not paying very much for furniture because it takes up a lot of real estate, so I'll give you $5 for your couch.
Is that the best you can do?
Okay, I'll give you $6 for your couch.
All right, 6 it is.
Okay, so what's your last name? Westcott? You didn't get here in time. You didn't get to work, so you don't get paid.
Whether or not you'll have to take it to the pharmacy and see if they can fill it for you. Okay. So
I'm playing the role of an 85-year-old woman who's living alone. I do own my own house, but I only get $500 a month in Social Security. So my expenses are exceeding my income. So I have been going around trying to get help with some medicine. I think what this is trying to do and has been successful with me is make me have a really much clearer picture of the challenges that folks go through that I never have to think about. You know, I pay most of my bills electronically. I never go to agencies. I never deal directly with people. This is helping me understand the process better and having more empathy of why we need clear social services to help the people that have the greatest needs.
First, we're gonna go pay the rent.
Okay.
You have the little card that we have to pay the rent. That's food.
Yeah, I have the rent card. No, I don't have
The mortgage.
Swing mortgage. Yeah, here you go.
Okay, I'll take that. Okay, no, you're coming.
You're going.
Get your pass.
Yeah,
We're
she's
going.
20, she's
Yeah.
legal.
We're gonna catch the bus.
Okay, well, here's the baby.
Pawn the jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Get the food.
Okay.
Can everybody please head to your houses? This is the end of the simulation. I hope you all enjoyed that, but like we said in the beginning, this was a simulation and not a game. So while some of this, you know, we may have laughed a little bit, this is actually real life for a lot of people.
It's an engaging event that helps you just walk in the shoes of someone who is in poverty, people who are struggling. It could be that you've always been doing fine and a medical emergency happened, or you lost your job after having it for 20 years. So this is the kind of activity that allows us to step into the shoes of someone who's struggling like that and then ask ourselves, what next?
I think somebody here said it best when they indicated at no time during the simulation did I get a chance to think about what I wanted for my future. What are my educational goals? What is it that I want for my family? You cannot get to those abstract thoughts because you're dealing with trying to get to where you can pay your bill or to get to work or to find a job. So the poverty simulation is designed to help make real the struggles that a lot of people in our community are living day to day.
Does it matter to you?
It matters to me.
Over 550 children in Tallahassee are missing the simple joys of being a kid.
I miss having my own bed. I miss having our own house.
Join the Change for Change program by simply adding a monthly contribution to your city utility account. For the cost of just a gallon of milk, you can help all our kids enjoy the simple, extraordinary things about just being a kid.
There's a good reason for all the lights and sirens. When you see the lights and hear the sirens, pull over. It's the law. A message from the Tallahassee Fire Department.
There is really only one boy. One girl. One tree. One forest. One deep, dancing ocean. One mountain calling. One handful of sand through our fingers. One endless sky overhead. And one simple way to care for it all. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, EarthShare, one environment, One simple way to care for it.
Does it matter to you?
It matters to me.
Welcome back to Tallahassee Matters. I'm Tamara Smith. Our next story is perfect for springtime. In past stories, we've seen that the Parks and Rec staff is skilled in maintaining beautiful flower beds. But as Brenda Pratt will show us, they cultivate other attractive plants too.
Hi, I'm Brenda Pratt, and I work for the City of Tallahassee Parks and Recreation Department. And we're here at Dorothy B. Evan Park, and we're going to talk about caladium planting today. Okay, on caladium planting, you buy you some bulbs, get them shipped in, and you can buy them in the early spring. Don't leave them in the box, don't leave them in the bag, just lay them out and store them in a nice warm place so they're okay. They won't rot by touching each other that way. In our area, April 1st is the optimum planting time for caladiums. Not that you can't do it later, you just don't want to do it earlier. The soil temperature needs to be 65 degrees or more. So if you plant them too early, they'll sit there in the soil and could rot, and because they're not going to grow until the soil gets warm. You can plant them later in the year because they'll grow all the way till frost. We're going to plant a bed here today that's been empty all winter, and some pots on our driveway that are empty this time of year. So we're going to plant these red ruffles. Here's a picture of the red ruffle. I don't have a red ruffle with me. They didn't have any at the nursery. And these are caladium bulbs, and they have multiple bulbs connected to them. So one in each hole is what we're going to do, and about 12 inches apart. And you only bury them 1.5 to 2 inches deep in the soil. Caladiums like shade. Morning sun would be okay, but they don't like afternoon sun. This bed here is pretty much shade all day. I wanted to show you something you can do to bulbs, the caladium bulbs. If you get one that's solid and doesn't have any babies on it, they have a main eyeball right here, a main shoot that comes out, or terminal, and you can take it, a little tool, even like a potato peeler almost, and you take this main little shoot that comes up. It's kind of hairy. Some of them have already sprouted, so this is one that has sprouted. So you take it, and what this does is promote more buds to come out around here. It's like cutting a stem on a bush. You would cut it and then more comes out, so it makes them bushier. With this one, it's just one big bulb, so you go in there and get past that little hairy part. And see, part of it came out, it's just that little piece right here, but you have to get down a little bit further where you see the green, it's like a yellow-green meat in there. And that means you got the whole eye out. If you don't get the whole eye out, it doesn't do any good. It's like you're killing that little spot so that everything else will grow. So you see the yellow meat right there. So you do that, and that makes it a little bit more uniform also, especially in pots. If you do them in pots, it's nice to de-eye them. These don't need it. I got like 5 in that, so that wouldn't come to play. These are singles, so these are perfect. We're going to plant these right now, and I've got a tool that most people would have in their garage. Michael, can you bring me the drill? Michael here is going to do all the hole digging for us. So it's just a regular old drill that you get in your shop, and it's got a cord, so it's a little bit heavier than a cordless one. And it's a plant auger bit right here. So you do like that, and it's real quick. You don't have to bend down on the ground. We're going to start doing this momentarily, and I'll be planting and he'll be digging. What we did was we went ahead and laid out the bed with orange spots because I got so many bulbs. I got like 100 red bulbs. So we went ahead and put 100 dots out here so they're spaced evenly, because you want to space them about 1 foot apart, up to 18 inches. But if you go 18 inches, you might want to put 2 bulbs in the hole instead of 1. So what we're going to do is one of these multi-clusters in each hole, 12 inches apart. He's going to do this with the little drill. It's real quick, and then I'll come behind him and plant the bulbs into the hole. So use our little drill there, Michael. And good. It stirs the soil up. Also, see how easy that is? That's just awesome. And you still gotta get down on your knees and place the bulbs in. So there's the top and there's a bottom. It's kind of flat and weird, but you can tell where you see the little hairy pieces coming out. That's the top of the bulb, and it has to go in that direction. So they just fit this perfect little holes. It stirs the soil up for us also, which is very nice and very easy. What we'll do, we're going to go ahead and plant these in there. Then we're going to add the organic fertilizer, which is in this bucket here, and it's a bone meal. So it's an organic fertilizer, and then when we put that in there, when we rake it all back in, the soil back into the hole, it'll all mix up real nicely with the bone meal. It's really not a hard process at all, and with that drill, that really is nice. There is another way, if you didn't have a drill, that you could use with just a spade shovel, because it's just the right size. You stick it in the soil and pull it back a little bit, drop the bulb in, and then let the soil fall back in. That would work just fine. Okay, I got all those, and you want to put the half scoops of bone meal in there. And I'm going to plant 3 more here. And organic fertilizer, it's so low in its elements that it doesn't burn. So you can put it in there, and then once the soil gets on top and we water it in, it'll just kind of melt away in there and incorporate all through. When we have the whole bed done later, we'll throw a fertilizer, just a plain 666 or 888 over the top of the whole bed. As the soil is warm already, within a week or so, you should be seeing sprouts coming out. All right, so we're done with that, and then we'll throw a little pine straw on this. Shake it out, the pine straw, and not too thick, because you want the little shoots to come back out. You wouldn't want to put like pine bark nuggets or something like that on there. It would inhibit the sprouts from coming through. So a nice light mulch like pine straw is really good. Okay, and then what we would do is water it in, and next week we were probably going to throw the granular fertilizer. When you're fertilizing, you know, it's a granular fertilizer. It's kind of heavy, so like chicken feed, you know, you just throw it out real light over the whole bed, and it'll fall right through the pine straw, and you water it in, and it quick releases, so it'll just really give it a big boost, and it'll take off. Okay, now we're on the driveway at Dorothy B. Evans Park, and we have these large black containers that we keep our annual flowers in. We change them out a couple of times a year. So this year we thought we'd do the Caladiums because it is such a shady area. And we have a Florida Sweetheart we're going to put here. And it's a really nice, bright pink. And I think that'll look real nice with the black pots and down this shady area. So it should be a really nice pop color. And we're going to plant, this is a pretty good sized pot. So instead of putting something in the middle, I'm going to do 4 holes to make this a real nice big uniform planting. So, and it's really more like 8 inches apart, but that's okay. We're in a pot, and they look better when they're more full. Michael here is going to put them right side up, And I'm gonna cover him up while he does that. Okay, this is our 4th bulb. I'm almost contemplating putting one in the middle. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go with one in the middle and make it really nice.
That's a good idea, Bert.
And we're gonna do, so we're doing 5 bulbs in a nice big pot. All right. Since I'm just in a pot here, not such a big bed, I'm just gonna sprinkle this all over. This is the bone meal. Strictly organic. And we will do that granular fertilizer in here too next week. And we'll put a little mulch over the top and they'll sprout out just like in the big bed. Here we are, we finished the caladium bed and we did a really good job, hard work, and we did it really fast, but not as fast as it looked. I would invite you to come out to Dorothy B. Oven Park and enjoy the beautiful caladiums blooming this year, and we'll be planting them in other areas, so there'll be some by the gazebo and our camellia fountain. I got more beds to plant, so I'll see you later.
That's all for this edition of Tallahassee Matters. For WCOT, I'm Tamara Smith. Thanks for watching.
Now, as you approach the upcoming roundabout, I want you to slow down. You have to yield to the other cars in the roundabout because they have the right of way. Now, once the coast is clear, you just ride on into the roundabout and go around until you find where you want to exit. Now get into the roundabout. Give it some juice.
This is fun!
Visit talgov.com.
Imagine a landscape of distinct natural beauty, a place where bees and butterflies move among the blossoms and birds find food and shelter, where plants can thrive on rainfall and native soil and fertilizers and pesticides are almost unheard of. Now, imagine this place is your own Florida home. Visit plantrealflorida.org and learn how to add native plants to your landscape and bring home the beauty of the real Florida.
The City of Tallahassee opens its training and workforce development program to all of you.
I'm more sensitive to my employee needs, more open to their ideas.
Everyone needs improvement, whether they think they do or not.
Our courses educate, motivate, and we can affect employee behavior. FYI courses will help improve workplace learning and performance.
This is an investment in my future. It's priceless.
Local training that's affordable and excellent.
I want to be the best I can be on my job. These courses are a great way to help me do that.
We're pleased to share with all of you our proven training and workforce development program. Enroll today at talgov.com.
Learning how to kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. so do you.